Welcome back to Battle Cats. In this video, let's talk about Story of Legend 14-5. I'll be using 20+0 ITF1 to do this, so without further ado, let's get started. First of all, I'll demonstrate how to cheese this stage using Little Wall. Little Wall is the key unit in this solution, other variants will simply not work. And the replicate difficulty of this solution is something like this. In the opening, just send out one giraffe to touch the base, and then start spamming our little walls. Now I'll explain how this actually works. Little wall's range is 100, while the enemy doge's range is 110. So when we touch the base, the distance between little wall and base is 100, and the distance between little wall and doge is 110. The doges in this stage are super weak and they cannot kill our little walls. So the doges will be stuck behind the base and occupying the enemy limit. The enemy limit of this stage is 8, which means that if there are already 8 doges, nothing else would spawn. The music will change, but the boss won't spawn if you do this correctly. Keep in mind you shouldn't fire the cannon because it will kill the doges. And don't use any units with long distance, they will also kill the doges. That's all you need to know about this cheese. I'll demonstrate the normal way to do this stage in the next section. If you don't have little wall, you cannot use the cheese. And No Crazed is required in the No Gacha solution of this stage. From this stage, I'll start using Crazed Cat and Crazed Whale in the lineup. Crazed Whale is the key unit, it will do most of the work in this stage. If we don't use these Crazed, this stage will be very difficult to do. And the replicate difficulty of this solution is something like this. You can use a CPU because we need to spam some units in this solution. Please turn off the CPU after we enter stage. In the opening, we upgrade some wallet and start stacking Bahamut. Just use 2 to 3 walls to protect Bahamut and slowly push forward. We want to stack 2 Bahamuts before we touch the base. After sending out a second Bahamut, we can also send out some meat shells. And send out attackers after the wallet is full again. Valkyrie should be the last unit we send out because she is the fastest. This way, our units will get to the front line at roughly the same time. After that, we can turn on the CPU and wait for the result. If everything goes according to plan, 4 Bahamut shots will hit the Shy Boys. Bahamut won't always kill these moves, and that's not a big issue. If your wallet capacity is large enough, you won't run into any money issue. We should just believe the power of Crazed Well. They will kill these Shy Boys eventually. After we kill them, there is nothing important to talk about in the stage. If you don't have any craze, you can use some gachas to do this stage. We need an anti-red meat shield and a general attacker for this stage. Flamingo Cat is a good anti-red meat shield with a 30% chance to dodge. As for general area attacker, we use Paris. You can also use some super rares to improve the lineup if you have them. And the replicate difficulty of this solution is something like this. You can use a CPU because we need to spam some units in this solution. Please turn off the CPU after we enter stage. This solution is very similar to the last one, so I'll not get into the details. Please check out the previous section, we need to stack 2 Bahamuts. One downside of Flamenco is that it sometimes don't proc. If you are unlucky, Bahamut won't have long enough time to deal damage. As you can see, Bahamut didn't kill the moves here. We are going to run into some money issue, but we kill them just in time. We can also use both crazed and gachas to improve the lineup. This is a good example of such a lineup, and the replicate difficulty of this solution is something like this. This solution is easier because we don't need to stack 2 Bahamut. As you can see, this is pretty straightforward. And that's today's video. I have nothing else to say now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.